Good evening, yarnies, dirty hookers, and fiber fiends. How is everybody doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good. I'm all excited for more of our journey deep into the forest. We're going to see some more mushrooms on tonight's trek further in. Before I get started, we're not having a stream tomorrow. We are streaming on Thursday, our Throwback Thursday. It's when we're having a special guest. I hope you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the special guest. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. You'll have to tune in on Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And again, no stream on Friday, and Saturdays will be our Project Linus blankets. Project Linus blanket stream. Words. Alrighty. Earlier today, not earlier today, about within the last 20-30 minutes, I posted pictures in the Discord of 4 cute little woodland friends. They're appliques that are going to go on the camouflage, and you're not going to see it because it's going to key out. Oh, you can see it. On this camo blanket, each corner is going to get a woodland friend. So you can check there. It's in the general tab over there on the Discord. And I will show them here when I switch scenes. I'll show them real quick. I was working on them a little bit last night. I finished up the one today. All I have left to do is to applique them to the corners. They are super adorable. The owl, will be shown how to do on stream in the next week or two. Hey there, llama. How are you? How are you doing? Hope everything's well. Hey there, lot lizard. Welcome in, everybody. So before we're going to show what we're going to get into tonight, I will show our woodland friends that I was just talking about. So that is the square that we're going to do tonight. We're going to do this square. This granny mushroom. It's all stitched within. It's not three-dimensional. It's flat. Even the little spots. I'll show how to do that. This is a little complicated. You're going to do color changes within, and there is the link for it. This is a pattern from the YouTube channel VetkaKnit. It's actually a longer channel than that. I'm assuming they're Eastern European. VetkaKnit Svetlana, and I can't pronounce the last word. It's like that long. But there's the link for it if you want to see the source that I got it from. The only difference is they use a dark brown for where I have green and a tan for where I have the purple. I thought the green and the purple kind of made it pop and made it kind of almost psychedelic. Alright, before we get into that, I'm going to show our cute little woodland friends. I am so... Oh, that's loud. There's sometimes a little bit of a loud part of this music. That's another thing. I love Nightbot. It always reminds me of things. It reminded me that I do have a merch store. There are 2 different types of t-shirts on there. Check that out if you are interested. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to go on and on about it. So I am in love with these cute little forest friends. We've got our little owl friend, and we will learn how to make this on stream later in the month. So this can be applied to wherever you want. This is what we're going to learn. You can put it on a granny square, on a blanket like I'm doing now, on a bag, on a hat, what have you. The only thing that's different that I added, and I did this on stream, was last night. I made the feet. The feet are my own creation, and the beak is my own creation. So I added it. So that's our cute little owl. They don't have names. They're just going to be our little owl. And we've seen this one, our little sleeping fox. It's a two-piece. I'm going to have to, technically I could have connected it, but I think it's going to be easier to put down the tail and then add the head. So it looks like it's curled up, the body's all hidden behind it, all nestled in, snuggled up and asleep. So there's our little fox. And things are going to look a lot better once it's applied. You want to get the owl Tootsie Pop? Yeah, it gives you those vibes, especially with the feet. Definitely with the feet. I had a bit of a scare and solo date day. I got a new haircut. Oh, it's not scare. Self-care. I read that as scare. I had a bit of a self-care and solo date day. Got a new haircut, some lunch, boba tea. After getting home, I spent some time with the pets and made yummy dinner for myself. And the mister spent the evening playing games with friends. That sounds like a wonderful day. It's always good to do self-care. Haircut. I don't have much hair, but the hair I have is kind of long. I have to have a haircut tomorrow. So that is scheduled for it. I've never had boba tea. I've heard about it. I've never had it. But I'm glad you had a good day. Hey there, King Swamp Pasta. I'm well. How are you? Did you get your writing assignment edited? And because I know you said you were doing that the other night. Move my owl out of the way. So that is our little cute little fox. Gotta remember what I was doing. After I show the mushroom tonight, we will work on putting these appliques on the blanket. Oh yeah, my short story was due today. I'm workshopping that next week. I was working on a poetry prompt earlier, but migraine kicked it. Oh no. Sorry about the migraine. That's not fun. I hope that goes away, and I hope you do well on the short story. Alrighty. So our next one, if Clay Miko is still here in the chat, I know I saw her pop in before I went official live. Made an early dinner and took some Tylenol. Yeah, fingers crossed. No, you're welcome. So if Clay Miko is here, when I was finding this and I made this, I was thinking of you. We got a cute little raccoon. Yes, and I saw that Fairy Dust had mentioned in the Discord that the raccoon looks surprised. Well, it's a raccoon. If it's caught with the lights, it can be surprised. So, yeah. Yes, it is so stinking cute. If you get the link that's in the Discord, the only thing that I had to change is the instructions for the body didn't make any sense. So if anybody's going to make it and they want to know my change that I made, let me know. I had to redo this gray. I had to do my own thing for the gray part because the way they were doing it, see how there's more stitches of the gray, like there's taller stitches here and shorter here. The way we're doing it was on the side. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Made an amigurumi spider as a Sunday project. Ooh. But that's cute. Hey there, Sophie. How are you? How have you been? Yeah, I love this raccoon. He's like up on his back legs and yeah. I'm not really happy about the tail because every row you change color, but you carry it, the previous color with you because you got to keep doing it so you don't cut. My stitches could have been a little bit better. And you're only doing like 2 or 3 stitches for each row. But I think it'll work for the purpose that we have. And then the cute little claw or the little fingers or what do they call them? The toe beans? Yeah. Real simple. Are we working on some stuffed animals? No, these are not stuffed animals. These are appliques, and I don't know if you were here just a little while ago, a few minutes ago. There's the owl, the sleeping little fox. They're going to be appliques that are going to be sewn on all four corners of this camouflage blanket. It's going to be a donation blanket for Project Linus. Why does it say connecting to chat? Oh, I think Twitch was being Twitch. Your mom would love that. I love this owl. Like I was saying, we're going to learn how to do this in the next couple weeks. Because September is our woodland month, our woodland themed. This week we're on is our mushroom week. So, not next week, but the following week is going to be our animal week, our critters. So we're going to learn how to do this. Yeah, I love this cute little owl. And if you're part of the Discord, all of these are linked in the general, so you can get the patterns. They're all written out patterns. They're free. The only thing is, again, like I said, I added the legs and the beak. Well, actually, is this this is actually a video, a YouTube video. You posted a spider in the Discord? Okay. After I show these, we'll switch over and do a couple shares on Discord. If anybody has anything to share in Discord, put it in the Whips and Foes section, and I'll show them real quick. Nesting, so I'm wanting to get back into cozy stuff, organizing, decorating for fall. I hear ya. I totally hear ya. I love the fall. It's 90s. Was in the 90s today. It's still like 92, I think I checked. I'm sick of it. I know there's other parts of the country it's been much hotter. I'm done. I'm done with it. I am so ready for fall weather. I'm not a pumpkin spice person. I'm more of a apple cider, pumpkin pie. See, for me, pumpkin spice should only be in baked goods. That's just my opinion. I don't do it all in the drinks and this and the scented candles and all that. No. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin roll, pumpkin cheesecake. That's it. Forgot to post the snakes. Which channel would be for a pet picture? Yeah, spoil that. Yeah, put the spoiler thing on there. You could put those in general. That's fine. Yeah. Again, if you wouldn't mind putting the spoiler thing on there, because I know not everybody is a fan of snakes. In Texas, it got up to 100 degrees. Being in the fall mindset sucks. Yeah, I've got a friend who lives in the Houston area. In the past, I don't know how many weeks, he's just been complaining. Yes, it gets hot there normally, but he's been miserable. He said it rained. Well, actually, I was chatting with him, video chatting with him yesterday, and they had a downpour, and I think it was supposed to rain today also. So, our cute little raccoon. And Grammy, I showed these to Grammy. Grammy likes the raccoon, and then this next one is her favorite also. And I gotta zoom out for him, or her. And again, it's an applique, so we'll be stitched down, so we don't have to worry about things curling. Things are gonna be stitched flat. And zoom out a little bit. It rained once last Saturday after 3 months of nothing. Yeah. So that's just the tail I'm going to use to start to stitch on it. So we got our cute little deer. It's adorable. My favorite part of the deer, I like the ear. I like the little spots. The spots are easy. I like the details on it. The white tail, the blaze on the chest, and then I especially love the antlers. I love them. And his nose keeps curling up. Its nose. So I've got when I stitch it flat, it'll look just like that. So we're gonna have our little woodland friends again. those links are all posted in the Discord in the general section. Speaking of Discord, it's been really comfy weather up here lately. Been around 20 Celsius or 68 Fahrenheit a couple weeks. Oh, I would love for it to be 68. Love. Now you're talking. That's my type of temperature. Alright, so... Oh, we don't need that. That's the wrong thing. We're going to do some shares. We only have a few shares to do. I think we're caught up. I'm probably going to end up changing this, or... Yeah, changing this channel to also adding share on screen. It's funny, we got kicked out of the house. We were... Oh, yeah, remember that you had to move. And basically put into another house. Military community is annoying, so they didn't think about us. We had to move within a week, even though we were moving to Georgia in less than 3 months. Exactly. That's insane. Hey, Blue Raven. How are you? You're here as long as you have internet. We're glad to have you. And Blue Raven, if you're still here, I'm going to show a couple shares from Discord as soon as we're done that. I know you had a question about decreasing stitches. I can walk you through that because when I had talked to you last, or one of the times I talked to you last, you had some issues with that. Mama says during the winter it goes down to negative 35 or negative Celsius or negative 31 Fahrenheit. You can have the negative temperatures. That's all on you. That's all on you. Alrighty, so the other day, Lumberjack's lady had posted a picture of this cockatoo amigurumi they were working on. I think it was for their brother, I think they said. So that was the one we saw the other day. Sophie says we had to pack everything up, unpack, now having to pack it all again in November. We even asked if we can just stay so we don't have to move twice. Yeah. That sucks. That sucks. Moving that soon. Yes, this is super, super cute. Super cute. And then we have a finished. They finished it. I love the little crusted feathers on the top. Super, super adorable. Willow Grove Girl says, recent custom order, wanted a cactus with a mustache like her boyfriend's. Alrighty, Clemiko. So, Willow Grove Girl made a little cactus Amy. Super cute. The house we got put into is nicer than the one we were in 4 years. Oh, well, that's nice. Well, even though it's temporary. What else do we got? Oh, we got some stuff from Jay-Z. I want to get through these so then we can get into the nitty-gritty of our woodland journey tonight. This is Jay-Z Sketches artwork for the overlay on their channel. Jay-Z Sketch does all of it. That's one thing I'm going to do. Let me shout them out. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay. If I remember their channel name. Give me a second. Because I can never remember the way exactly it's spelled. I can't find it. If Blue Raven is here, I know Blue Raven can't shout out because he's not a mod. If Blue Raven is still here, I know you might know Jay-Z Sketches Oh, that's it. I got it. Never mind. There we go. So definitely follow go look and check out Jay-Z's sketch. Follow them. They do it all. They draw. Amazing artists, as you can see here. They knit, they crochet, they cross stitch. There's a whole bunch of things. Definitely go check them out. And they posted the socks earlier, so they're just reposting the socks that they made. Beautiful colors, beautiful stitch work. One day I will finish my crocheted socks. One day, hopefully before the fall is over. Llama says I should draw more. Drew a bunch in July when I had my summer vacation. I can never draw. That's something I can never ever do. I don't have a talent for it. I appreciate and envy those that can. I can't even draw a stick figure. Sophie's been looking for yarn to make a pumpkin. Can't decide what yarn to use. We're going to have some pumpkins the end of this month. I'm excited about the pumpkins. This right here, and I'm not going to highlight it. This is what we did. Actually, I will highlight it. That's what we did yesterday. That's okay. That's okay, Blue Raven. That's fine. No problem. Llama says, after drawing 10 plus years, not as good as I want to be. Like, well, guess it takes practice, I guess. This is the magic mushroom stitch that we did last night. And then here are, I'm going to go through these real quick. I just showed them to you. So our little woodland friends, the fox, the owl, the raccoon, and the deer. Okay, here's Llama's. You said this is a spider that you made? That is cute. I love that color of yarn. I love that raspberry color. So that's the little spider. Aww. It's adorable. I love the little rounded booty, even though it's not a booty, you know, abdomen. Whatever. I don't know all my technically they're not insects. Don't know all my terms. Definitely takes practice. First, got back into drawing after 4 years of stopping. Been drawing since elementary. Wow. Very, very nice, Llama. Oh, we got a post from Grammy. I saw Grammy make this, and I'm like, ooh. The blanket, the white part of the blanket, I think she said it's the tulip stitch. And then I'm not exactly, I think the V stitch is the purple border. But those pansy appliques are so adorable. And I love the little black embroidery for the stamens in it. Yeah. I'm going to get this pattern from Grammy. And we're probably going to do this in the spring. I think in the spring sometime, we're going to do a whole bunch of spring flower appliques. Yeah. Super, super cute. It probably isn't that much work, because some of the small, like the owl, when I did the owl, it worked up quick. And that doesn't look too detailed. It just looks like maybe 1, 2, 3 rounds for the yellow part, and then 1 or 2 more rounds for the purple. Super, super, super cute. And then here's more of the blanket. That's the blanket before, or is that the back? It's one of the two, but it's a pretty stitch. I need to learn how to do this stitch. So you make the blanket and the attachment separately? Yes. Yes. Tonight, after I show how to do our mushroom square, I'm going to work on attaching my appliques, my little woodland creatures, to the blanket. And I can briefly walk you through it, even though my yarn is kind of dark. But it's real. It's just, you just take your darning needle, your yarn needle that you use to weave in ends, and you just go through. And the trick is, if you don't want it to show through the back, either you use the same color yarn. I am going to do it. Going to use the same color yarn as the blanket, so it really won't show that much. And then you stitched in just through the back sides of the applique, so it doesn't show through on that. Second picks is before the applique. Gives you an idea for a present for your mom. Yep. Easy way to dress up a blanket, a scarf, a hat, anything. Blankets would be somewhat nice to do, but I just get bored. Yeah, unless it is a blanket that has varying stitches, where the rows or the rounds change each time. I've done some blankets like that. The one I have, it's not the same thing over and over. Never made a blanket before, though. It's scary. Don't let it scare you. Start with a small one. They have something called a lovey, which is, I don't know the exact dimensions, but it's smaller than a traditional baby blanket. It's more like a security type blanket that like little kid, like toddlers, can take with them. Just start with something small like that. And wait. Sophie's working on a charcoal owl drawing, work in progress. I lost it during the move. It flew out the back of the truck. Oh, I'm sorry. It's beautiful, but sorry that you lost it. I don't mind weaving blankets or bigger shawls. I made a few at school. Weaving is much faster. True. No, Sophie, that is beautiful. I wouldn't even know where to start to do something like that. Wouldn't have a clue. It's gorgeous. I like the eyes. I like the detailing. Kind of how you made it, like right here. Like the little reflective, the little white in there to... Super, super pretty. Very, very nice. Llama says, latest big illustration from original character Miri? Oh, that's wow. So it's like kind of like a mermaid, but not just the tail. It's the whole body of the fish. And again, I wouldn't know how. Wouldn't even know where to start. Super, super pretty. I love the different, whatever you call this effect here, where it's not like a straight edge. It's more like a modeled effect. Mermaid, and she has two different forms. Took me 30 plus hours to sketch to the background. Wow. Such talent. Everybody here is super, super talented. Yeah, I love like the transition between the black and the white, where it's not just a crisp line. Wonder if I can fit the time lapse in Discord. Well, you can try, yeah. We got something from Blue Raven. Latest attempts in the magic circle, trying to make a pumpkin. Blue Raven was having issues. You got the magic circle. The magic circle is the center part where you pull tight. That's the magic circle. The rest of it is just a circle. And they were having issues of it trying to get it to be flat. It kept curling. And your first couple times doing it, it will do that. It just takes some time and some practice. But you're getting there. Blue Raven is definitely getting there. I mean, it still curls. But, Keep practicing. I have faith in you. I definitely have faith in you. Alrighty. Llama, were you going to try to put that in the Discord? If not, that's okay. We can always come back to Discord later on. Let me check this real quick. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's fine. I can wait a little bit, and we can see what was going on. While we were waiting, I'm going to get this somewhat started. I'm not going to actually start doing it, but I'm just going to get things set up for... Oh, okay. I think we've got it here. Okay. Let me move this back. Here we go. Whoops. Wait. Whoop. Okay, this is a time lapse of them working on this mermaid piece. Blue Raven says, I just need to decrease. Well, I hope you can teach me in a couple weeks when my internet is better. Okay. I mean, I can show it to you now. If not, we can wait until your internet's better. Either way. Okay, let's see this time lapse of this mermaid piece. Oh, wow, that is so cool. Wow. Okay, we're gonna watch that again. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it stopped. Okay. For some reason, it stopped. Okay. We're gonna watch that again. Very, very nice. I like watching the whole progression. Thank you for sharing that. Let me move this out of the way. Pretty quick one, because I could either export the 30 or 60 seconds. 60 was too big. No, that's fine. Wait till the internet's better and can focus more. No problem at all. No problem at all, Blue Raven. Yeah, because I want you to get it to master the decrease. All right, so if we're all ready, we're going to walk further into the forest. Our first two steps, or the first two nights, we encountered mushrooms, and we have a third mushroom. And again, the camera doesn't like red. And I think the lighting it's also the purple and the black. So, again, this is from a YouTube channel called VetkaKnit. The link is in the, it just actually showed up in the chat. If you want it, just type !mushroom. Tonight we're going to be using cotton yarn. We're going to make an exact duplicate of this one here. This one's a little more complicated and confusing. So if anybody's crocheting along, please let me know. I'm going to go as slow as possible. It took me a little while to figure it out, especially the first round. When you're using the magic circle, you're changing colors a couple times. Because we've got 3 colors within that first round. Okay, we're gonna start with our red color, or whatever the main color of your mushroom is. You're gonna make a magic circle. And you're gonna chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. That counts as a double crochet. We're gonna do 7 more doubles into the magic ring. So we have a total of 8. And let's zoom on in a little bit. So we have a total of 8. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hey there, Crystal Crafted. Making granny squares starting with magic rings. Yep. Did you want me to start? I just literally started. Did you want me to start this over to show how to do it? How to start a granny square? Because I can do that. I have no problem starting things over. This is my channel. And again, your first time chatter, I am the Crafty Cobb. I mainly crochet. I do want to do other things on the stream. Hey there, Andrew. How are you doing? How did the organization go? And did you get the kitty cat yet? It's just the part after I need. Okay. This might not be a really good example because in this example, on the magic ring, I'm going to change colors multiple times. Not normal, but most times when you do a granny square, the magic circle, you're going to keep the same color and then join to your beginning, which we will do. So the only difference is I'm going to be changing colors and carrying colors along with me. And welcome to the stream, Crystal Crafted. I don't know if I had said that. Got it. Sounds good. Can't wait to see. Okay. So I've got my 8 double crochets, 7 actual, and my first chain of 3 counts as a double crochet. And I know it's kind of difficult to see with the red. I should have picked a different color. Which, you know what? Let me see if I have a lighter color. That one you're not going to see. You know what? I'm good. $100 lighter on storage bins plus containers. I should have enough room. I'm like 50% of the way through organizing all the yarn. No kitty yet. That's not going to be for a few weeks, but I think, okay. Well, at least you're getting prepared. Okay. Decided we're gonna have a blue mushroom. A blue mushroom because it's going to be easier to see on stream than the red. As soon as I buy things to hold my yarn, I fill them and need more yarn room. Yes. Yarn collecting and storage is a thing. It's a hobby onto itself. Okay, we're going to start over. Because you're going to probably see it a lot better with this blue than with the red. So I'm going to chain up 3. Or buy too much storage and then you got to buy more yarn. Yep. Again, we're going to put 7 doubles in here. We're going to have a total of 8. So that chain 3 counts as 1. And we're going to put 7 in here. No, you can't have empty storage. Speaking of yarns. Oh, yarns were shipped. Yay! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a total of 8. Speaking of yarns, other shipped. Shockingly, I'm not even sure I bought enough storage. Yeah, where did you order from? Novita, a Finnish brand. Very, very cool. Okay, we've got our total of our 8 doubles. I ordered from Hobby the other day. Yeah, I've heard of Hobby. I think Clay Miko got stuff from Hobby recently. So we have our 8 doubles. Now we're going to change our colors. We're going to switch now. We're not going to cut off. We're going to switch to our background color, which is going to be this bright green. So we're still going to keep the blue connected. And really what I need to do is this last stitch, I need to finish it with the green. So, just because I'm changing colors. Pull through, and then I'm going to tension that. This is the contortionist part where you need to have 3 hands. I get a Discord call that it's immediate chaos with the soundboard, so I might be a little distracted. Okay, nope, that's fine. Not a problem. Take your time. So I've joined my green, and with the green, and we're going to stitch over the blue because we're going to need the blue at the end. We're going to put a double crochet of the green. So we stitched over the magic ring, over the blue yarn, and also over our green tail. So we're stitching over a lot for that. And now, this is the confusing part. Now, that one stitch, now we're going to join and switch colors. Again, we're not cutting anything off. We're going to add our white. Told you this is going to be a confusing one. So now, we're not only going to be stitching over the magic ring, the tail for the magic ring, the working yarn of the blue, the tail of the green, we're stitching over the working yarn of the green. So all of those strands with the white, and if this is confusing all of you, I totally get it. It confused me at first. So stitching over all of that, we're going to put 2 double crochets. It's a lot for 2 stitches, but this is the top of the stem of the mushroom. And we need to stitch over all of that because we need to carry it along as we go. Okay. So we did our total of 8. When I say 8, I'm counting the chain 3 and the 7 double crochets. There's 8 of the blue, or whatever the name of the color of the cap, 1 stitch of the green, 2 of the white. The green is your background. In my case, it could be whatever color you want. The white is the stem. After we've done that, we're going to pick up our background color, which in my case is the green, and your balls of yarn are all going to get tangled. That's just, you can put them on bobbins, but they're going to get tangled. So now we're going to switch back to the green. So I've chained, and with the green, again, stitching over all of this, we're going to do 1 double crochet. All of that for 1 stitch. Now after we do that, we're going to switch back to our mushroom cap color, which in my case is this blue. Switch it, so I've switched over, and now with that stitch, after I've switched over to the blue, and what was it, Crystal Crafted, I think you're the one who was about trying to figure out how to finish off the magic ring. So this is the part I'm going to finish off the magic ring. Again, in normal cases, you're not going to have all these color changes down here. So what I'm going to do is at the end of our ring, browsing my drawing folders, coming across other original character, 85% of the art of hers, majorly NSFW. Spicy. Okay, we've got all of our stitches for our first round done. Now we just need to join. So I'm going to slip stitch into the top of our chain 3. The chain 3 is the same height as a double crochet. So I'm going to slip stitch into the third chain. So 1, 2, 3, the very top chain. Slip stitch, so bring it, go in, bring up a loop, and then bring that loop through the loop. And that is round number 1. Now you can tighten the magic circle now. I'm going to wait until I have a little bit more. It's just something I usually do that so I have something else to hold on to. But you can always do it now if you wanted to. And if to do that, need to do dinner, but I don't want to. No, you got to eat. If you're going to do it now, you take the blue tail or whatever you're starting the magic ring with, and you're going to flip it upside down, and you're going to pull that real tight, and it'll act like a drawstring and cinch up all these stitches. I'm going to wait until I have another row done to do it. You can do it at any time you want. So that is round number 1. Okay. Round number 2. If that wasn't complicated enough, we're now going to introduce the spots. To do this, and I got to always refer back to my channel, not my channel, to my instructions. That's what you want. Yarn over. Okay. We're going to put the white spots anywhere that we want. But when we do this, try to decide if buying yarn online is cheaper than going to Hobby Lobby and trying to find some. It all depends on what you want. Some things Hobby Lobby or Michaels or Joann's doesn't carry. So it all depends on what you're looking for. So for round 2, pepperoni pasta. Ooh, that sounds good. For round 2, we're not worrying about our tails. Our tails are going to stay there. We'll leave them at the end. For round 2, and I got to double check what we're doing. We're going to chain 3 with our mushroom cap color. That counts as a double crochet. And then I don't want a spot right now, but in the same stitch, I'm going to put another double crochet. Okay, so there's 2 coming out of there. Now, oh, I messed that up. So we got our chain 3 at the beginning. And we're going to do our double crochet in the same stitch. But when we do that, we're going to stitch over our 2 colors, because we're going to carry these further along on the rest of the round. So we're going to stitch over those. They're going to be hidden in our stitches. The back might not look as pretty. So we do 2 there, and then in the blue stitches, you're going to put 2 double crochets in each of them. But wherever you want a little white dot, you're going to do that in these stitches here. So I don't want the little white dots everywhere. So to do the white dots, I'm going to insert my hook into, if I can find it, I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into the next stitch. Let me just double check this. The next stitch, yarn over, bring that up, so just like a double crochet, And now, once we do the yarn over, before we do the pull through, I'm going to pull through the white and the mushroom cap color through 2. And then we're going to yarn over only with the mushroom cap color to finish. If you want, I can show that again, because it's a little confusing. So I'm going to rip that stitch out. And apparently I'm going to rip all those stitches out. Come on. Okay. Again, each of the mushroom cap color stitches are going to get 2 doubles. So there's 2 there. So in the next stitch, I'm going to go into the I'm going to yarn over like a double, because it is a double. Go into the next stitch, yarn, and then crocheting over both of my colors. Bring up a loop, 3 on the hook, and now when I yarn over to pull through 2, I'm going to bring the blue and the white together through the first 2 loops. And now my next yarn over is just the blue. And remember, the blue is the mushroom cap. And that is how you finish that stitch. So you get a little bit of white, and you probably can't see it, you might be able to. A little bit of white peeking through. And that stitch, again, remember, each stitch from the previous row gets 2. I'm not going to put 2 spots next to each other. So for this next one, I'm just going to do a simple double crochet. So when you do that, you do get a little white spot. This was a technique when I first learned how to do this for this square. I had never heard of this before. I had never done this before. So the next stitch will get 2 doubles, and there's not going to be a spot in these next 2 stitches. So they're just regular, ordinary double crochets, and we're stitching over our other 2 working yarns. And now I'm going to want a spot in the next one. Remember, each stitch from the row below gets 2 stitches. So I'm going to yarn over, go into the stitch, bring up a loop, and for the next yarn over, I'm going to yarn over with both the blue and the white through the first 2 loops. And now the second yarn over is just the blue. And your balls of yarn will get all twisted. And now, so that's 1 stitch in that stitch. Now I'm going to do the second one. And that one's just going to be a regular ordinary double with no white coming up. So that's you get those little flecks of white in your stitches. So we're going to have 7 sets of 2, so 14 of this color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We still have more to go. The next 2, and you can put these white spots wherever you want. So the next 2, and they're going 2 together. They both go into the same stitch. They're just going to be regular, ordinary doubles. No fancy ones. Now the next stitch, I'm going to have a white little fleck. Bring it up, and now I'm going to yarn over with both the blue and the white, which I got to move these around. You got to get them positioned the right way. You'll have knotted strands. So I yarned over with both those colors, and now I'm just going to use the final one yarn over with just the blue. And then in that same stitch gets another double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're going to put 2 here and 2 there. And I will do that. We're going to have a add here in a minute or so. So the next two are going to be regular doubles. And then this last set of doubles, I'm going to put one of the ones with a white spot in it. So yarn over, go in, bring up a loop. Now I'm going to yarn over with both the blue and the white. Go through the first set of two, and now the second yarn over is just the blue. And that's one stitch in that stitch, and we're going to need 2 stitches in each of those stitches. So there's our regular double. So that is how you do the cap for that round. When we come back from break, we're going to do the rest of these stitches for the rest of the round. I will be right back. It's only going to be about 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sitting through the ad break. I greatly appreciate it. You post the pictures on the Discord. Yeah, Cool. If anybody is interested, and go check that out. It's over in the general channel over there in the Discord. Okay. Now, just double checking something. We are now going to finish this round 2. And we're going to add the colors of our background, our stem, and our background. So to do this, we're going, the very last stitch. Let me rework the very last stitch. The very last stitch, we're going to go in and start it with the blue, but now we're going to finish it with the green. The green is my background. Whatever your background color is, use that. Finish it, and then just going to pull that snug. So now I have the green on the hook. Also, when we were at break, I untangled all of my strands because they get all mixed up. And now, the very next stitch, the green stitch, we'll get 2 double crochets. I'm a tight hooker, so that stitch is a little difficult to get into. So we got our 2 stitches there. Oh, why is that acting weird? 2 stitches there. Oh. And now, after we do the second stitch, we're now going to switch over to the white. And the whole time we're stitching over the other strands. So we switch over to the white. And then with the white, we're going to do a double crochet in that stitch. Let me just check one thing. Check my pattern. Yeah, okay. So with the white, double crochet in the first stitch. And I think we're going to we're going to double crochet into the next stitch. Okay. And once we finish that stitch, we need to switch over to our background color. Sorry if this is a confusing pattern. It's just lots of color changes. And this is what it's like if you do some intarsia work. So technically this isn't a type of intarsia. So we did that. Now we have 1 stitch left, and and we switch over to the green. And with that stitch, we're going to do our 2 doubles into that stitch, and we're going to finish it off with our mushroom cap color. We're going to join with our mushroom cap color, pull it snug. This definitely takes some practice to do. And now, since we've joined with that, I'm going to slip stitch to the top of my stitch of my round and pull through. Okay, now is the time I'm going to tighten up my magic ring. So, I'm going to make the loop real big so that it doesn't come undone. I'm going to flip it over to the back side where all the mess is. I'm going to separate my tails from the working yarn. So we're going to have, those are the working yarns, these are my tails. I've been stitching over the tails as I've been going, so don't have to worry about that. Now, the blue is what I did the magic ring with. So I'm going to hold on to my work really tight, and with my other hand, I'm going to pull that really tight. That closes that up, so now there's no hole in the center. That is the magic ring. Later on, I'll take these and weave these in. Okay. Now we're ready for round number 3. How many rounds are in this total? There's a total of 6 rounds. So we're a third of the way done. And I untangle all of my strands. So for round 3, we're using our mushroom cap color. We're going to chain up 3. That counts as a double crochet. And in the next, we're going to skip a stitch. In the very next stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets. And now keep in mind, this part of this round, we can add the white dots to it. So that's what makes it complicated. So we're not going to do anything into that stitch. In the very next stitch, and we're going to go and insert the hook into the next stitch, which is right here. I'm going to work over my strands. Oh, I didn't yarn over first. They're doubles, so yarn over, go into the stitch, bring up a strand, and I'm going to put a white spot here. So I'm going to yarn over my first yarn over of the stitch with the blue and the white, pull through. Now my second one is just the blue. And in that very same stitch that we worked in, I'm going to put another double. And this is just going to be a regular double, no color. We're not adding the white to that one. So that stitch gets 2. The very next stitch gets 1 double. So I'm just going to do a regular double by itself. Meaning no little speck of white. In the very next stitch after that, we're going to put 2 doubles. And this is going to have a little color speck. So bring up a loop. We're going to yarn over with the blue and the white through the first 2 loops. Now for the second 2, we're only going to yarn over with the blue. So that's 1 stitch, and in that same stitch, we're going to put another double. 2 double. The very next stitch gets 1 double. And the following stitch gets 2. And this is where I'm going to put a little bit of white with it. That same technique where the first yarn over, you pull up 2 strands. So that gets 1 stitch, and in the same stitch gets 1 more. Again, hopefully this is not too confusing. In the very next stitch gets a triple crochet. Triple crochet, and again, and I should have mentioned this, I use US terms. I'm in the US. I use US terms. So a triple crochet, we're going to wrap our hook twice, go in, bring up a loop, 4 on the hook, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, and yarn over through 2 more. So that gets 1 triple. The next stitch will get 2 triples, but in this set of 2, I'm going to add some white. Yarn over twice, go in, bring up a loop. I'm going to yarn over with the blue and the white through the first 2, and through the last 2 is just the blue. So through those 2 gets a blue, and then the next 2 gets just the blue. And in that same stitch, we get another triple. In the very next stitch gets 1 triple. And the very next stitch after that gets 2 triples. And this is where I'm going to add the white little speck. Spot, speck, fleck, whatever the little white accent color, whatever we're going to call it. I've been using different terms. And then that same stitch gets one more triple. Oops. I gotta redo that one because my yarn split. It's cotton I happen to be working with, so, and it's not the finest cotton. Alrighty, now the next stitch gets a double crochet. I'm just going to do a regular double, nothing with the white accent. The next stitch will get 2 doubles, and I will add the white accent here. Again, you could add the white little accent at any place you want on these, on the mushroom cap. Okay. And now that also gets one more double. The next stitch gets, I'm losing track, triples, double, 2 double. The next one gets a double. And then the very next one gets the 2 doubles. And this is where I'm going to add a little bit of white. Have I lost everybody? I know this might be over over the heads of some of you. So I did 2 in that. Let me just double check. Single, 2 doubles, 1 double, 2 doubles. Alrighty. Now the next one will get 1 double. And this last stitch we'll get our 2 doubles. I'm going to add that little fleck of the white. There. Through there. And it gets 1 more double. And we're going to change our color now to our background color, which mine happens to be the green. So I'm going to finish off this double crochet with the green. We're all done with the mushroom cap. We don't have to use the blue anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a long enough tail to weave in. No more of that. We only have to worry about the green and the white for this part. So let's move that out of the way. So we switched over to the green. And in the next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. Again, we're still stitching over our white because we need our white here in the middle. So we're going to make it over there. So that gets a double. And in the next stitch gets 2 doubles. And then we get 1 more double. And this is where we're going to switch over to the white. Just did our little switch. Tighten that up a little. And with our white, we're going to put 2 triples in the next stitch and a triple in the next. So this next one here gets 2 triples. 1, 2, and then the next stitch gets 1 triple, and we are going to finish that off with the green. And with the green, did I lose it? I might have miscount some of my stitches. Might be off. But that's alright. We'll we'll make it work. So with our green, in the next stitch, we're going to put 2 doubles. The following stitch gets 1, and then the following gets 2 doubles. I'm off by a stitch, but that's okay. So I'm just going to put my 2 doubles here. The next one gets a double. And this last one gets 2 doubles. I'm going to make it work. If it's not completely round, it's fine. And now we're going to slip stitch to the top of our chain. And we are done with the white also. I'm going to cut that. Now we're only dealing with one color. This should be a little bit easier to do. We're not stitching over any other stitches. I should have done my stitches a little better. You can see this blue strand coming through here. It's not perfect. Round 4, we're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. In the next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. I gotta keep track of this. In the very next gets 2 doubles. The next one gets, oh, hold up a second. I might have messed this all up. No, okay. Double crochet. Okay. Yeah, that gets 2 doubles in that stitch. The next 2 stitches each get a double. Following stitch gets 2 doubles, so 2 doubles in the same stitch. Alright. 2 doubles. I'm confusing myself. Yeah, the classic O when making things. Okay. Got that. 2 doubles together. A double, and then a double. Then 2 doubles together. Okay. It's just also the way they have worded this. It's a little weird. The next 2 stitches are each going to be a double. So one in one stitch, one in the next. The next gets 2 doubles in the same stitch. The next 2 are going to get half doubles, so a half double in one stitch and a half double into the next. The next one gets 2 half doubles in the same stitch. The next 2 each get a half double, so 1, and then the next stitch gets 1. The next one gets 2 doubles, regular doubles. The next 2 stitches each get a double, so 1, and then the next one gets 1. The next one gets 2 doubles. The next 2 stitches each get 1 double. So 1 there, and 1 there. Next stitch gets 2 in the same stitch. The next 2 each get 1. 1 there, 1 in the next. Yeah, this is confusing. Two into the same stitch for this one. And 2. Next 2 stitches each get a double, so 1 in one stitch, 1 in the next stitch. Next stitch gets 2 doubles in the same stitch. The next stitch only gets 1 double. The very next stitch gets a half double. The following stitch gets 2 half doubles in the same stitch. The next one gets a half double. The next one gets a double. We'll see if this turns out flat. Next stitch gets 2 doubles. 1, 2. Each of the next 2 stitches gets a double. So 1 in one stitch, 1 in the next. And then in the last stitch, I counted right, the last stitch gets 2 double crochets. And now we're going to slip stitch to join. And we're going to cut the yarn. Pull tight. Smash it down. We have a circle. Okay. That is row number 4. Yes, this was a little complicated because the numbers and the change in the colors and to get the little white specks. The last 2 rounds that we're going to do tonight, we're going to put our boar on it. We're going to use our purple. Just because I thought it'd be cool looking. Yeah, it is cool. I could have been a little neater. If you look real close, you can see the blue yarn going through these white stitches. I could have put it stitched over it so it was more to the back, but it still works. Now we're going to add the purple. We're going to start to square it up. We got a circle, we need to go to a square. Excuse me. So, I gotta figure out where we're gonna start this, and I don't remember where we start this. The instructions don't really say. Let me see. Let me look at my pattern here. Triple, chain 2, and a triple. Triple chain 2 is our corner. So I think video games are pretty neat. I'm smacking trees with a sword so I can craft furniture in your magical teapot. Okay. What game are you playing? I know nothing really about most video games. Let's see where this goes. Double, double. Genshin Impact. I don't know if I've ever heard of that. Double, double. And that's the chain 2. Okay. We're going to start where we joined. We could have just done a slip stitch, done a join when it was still connected, but we're good. So, to join our Purple, Asian action role-playing game. Interesting. We're going to start with a standing double crochet. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to start with a standing half double crochet. And in the same stitch that we joined into, which is right there. No, I didn't do a wrap. I had to wrap it first. We're going to do a standing half double. And I've joined. In the next 2 stitches, they're each going to get a double crochet. 1, and the next stitch gets a double crochet. The next stitch will get a triple, 2 chains, and a triple, all in that same stitch. That is going to be a corner. That's a corner. Next 2 stitches each get a double, so 1 and then 1 in the next. The following one gets a half double. The next 5 each get singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next stitch gets a half double. The next 2 each get a double. So there's 1 there and 1 there. The next stitch gets a triple, 2 chains, and a triple. And I'm hoping that this is at the middle. Yep, that's right at the middle of our mushroom. So I started in the right spot. Next 2 stitches each get doubles. So double in the next, and double in the one after that. Next one gets a half double, and then the next 5 are all singles. 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one's a half double. The next 2 are each doubles. 1 and 2. Very next stitch is a triple, chain 2, and then a triple. So, whoop. I only wrapped it once. You need to wrap it twice. There's a triple, chain 2, and a triple. Next 2 stitches are each doubles. 1, 2. The third stitch is a half double. The next 5 are all singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one's a half double. The next 2 are each doubles. So 1 double there and 1 double there. The next one's going to be where our corner is, so it's triple, chain 2, triple. Whoop, lost the stitch. Triple, chain 2, and a triple. Next 2 are each going to be doubles. Next one's a half double. And there should, if I'm counted right, there should be 5 stitches left, and they should all be singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. Yeah, we'll say they're 5. We'll make it work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we can slip stitch to the top of our starting stitch. And that is round number 5. And we've gone from a circle to a square already. Now we're going to do our last round. Chain up 3. Each of the next 3 stitches get a double crochet. 1, 2, 3. The corner gets 2 doubles, 2 chains, 2 doubles. 1, 2, 2 chains, and then 2 doubles. And then this round is a solid granny square. It's where each stitch gets a double crochet. So the last round is probably the easiest round. Two, and then we're going to do 2, and we do our 2 doubles in the corner, and then each stitch on this side will get a double. One and 2, chain 2, and then 2 more to finish off the corner. We got 1 more full side and then a partial side to do, and then this square will be done. We will have walked all past the mushroom patch. Welcome back, Clay Mika. We're almost done our square here. When we're done the square, I'm going to work on the putting the appliques on the blanket. This, I think, was the most complicated square, or not, well, square, but the most complicated of this week's woodland theme. Of all the color changes, and then trying to get the little white flecks in the mushroom cap. And it was a challenge. This is definitely more of an advanced. I don't have to go in that last stitch because that's already done. So now I'm going to slip stitch to join that. Chain 1, cut, pull through, snug up. I'll weave in the ends later. I'm just going to put them to the back side. And we've got our little mushroom. Let's put it under the white, even though there's a bit of a glare. or a shadow from it. So a cute little mushroom. I actually like it in the blue. I mean, I really like it in the red. That's traditional when you think of a fairy tale mushroom. You think of the red with the white spots. Little fun fact: if you ever come across a mushroom like that, don't go near it. Don't touch it. Don't eat it. Those are poisonous. I wouldn't recommend going near any mushrooms in the wild, unless you really know what you're doing. Because I do know that there are some mushrooms that look alike, and one is fine to eat and one isn't. You have to really know what you're doing. So, our cute little granny square mushroom again. This is from the YouTube channel VetkaKnit Svetlana, and that's a really long word. Do not touch any mushrooms you don't recognize. Exactly. If you want mushrooms, go to the grocery store and get mushrooms there. Don't mess around with that. Okay. Those are our cute little mushroom squares. I'm going to recap what we did this week. Cannot stand the texture of mushrooms. Oh, I like mushrooms. They're good in a lot of things. They add like a, what's that? The umami flavor. That savory flavor. Okay, we started our journey into the woods with our cute little applique mushroom square. I don't remember where this is from. If anybody wants any of the links for the patterns for these, let me know. I can easily send you the link. This is from, no, that's not from there. Wait a minute. Okay. This is from a channel called Custom Comfy Crochet by Dawn Marie. I don't know why my link is weird. So there's that. Yesterday, we went psychedelic with our magic mushrooms. They're really magic because they color change. Our magic mushroom stripe stitch. It even changes with one hand. Okay, I don't want to cause seizures for anybody. But, it's a simple it's actually a simple 6-row repeat. Cute little psychedelic, and you can do whatever colors you want. You don't have to do these bright, vivid colors. Your little mushroom stitch. And tonight, the granny square mushroom. A little more complicated. Alrighty then. Some mushrooms taste fine. It's the texture I can't stand. It makes me... Okay, no, that's valid. They're not for everybody. Let me reorganize all of my cotton. I keep all my cotton yarn separate. Mainly so I can have it on hand for when I show things like tonight. Again, cotton shows the stitch definition a little bit better than acrylic. And I like working with cotton. Oh, for anybody who was here last week when we did our apple day, we made 2 things on that stream. We made apple coasters and an apple granny square. I took 2 of these coasters, you don't have to use them as a coaster, and I stitched them together, and they form a little pocket that you can put treats in, either for your teacher, for your classmates, if you're doing like a back to school party, or what Grammy had recommended. And this was very clever because this is the way Grammy thinks. You make an apple pocket and put an Apple gift card in it. So that was our cute little apple pocket. I finally stitched that up. Okay, now I'm gonna have to move everything around. Did I lose something? We're gonna get our woodland friends. We're still in the woods. Android better. Well, it's not just for iPhones. You can use it on iTunes. I have a Windows machine, and the music you're hearing now is being played. That's Twitch safe music, but it's being played through iTunes. So it's not just iPhones. So we're going to stay in the woods, and we're going to get our little woodland creatures. We're going to start with the fox, I think. I'm feeling foxy. I don't know if it's just the way my brain works or just because I'm a child of the 80s or whatever. But when I got this done, when I got the fox all stitched up, I was thinking of, and if Clay Miko's still here, she knows what I'm talking about. I was thinking of the Golden Girls episode where they all dressed up as characters from the nursery rhyme Henny Penny. No, not. Yeah, Henny Penny. Yeah. For the play for the kids. And one of the characters is Foxy Loxy. So, we got a little fox. And the way I'm going to do this, kind of difficult to put a blanket on stream. And I'm going to need some safety pins to help position where I want this. And I got to make certain I'm only going through one layer and not two. Okay. These long tails is what I'm going to end up using to stitch them on. And I'm going to try to figure out placement right now. They don't have to be right in the corner, but kind of close to the corner. I'm thinking they're going to be angles. This is the exact corner, and I don't know how well you can see it. There we go. That might be better. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I want it roughly right about there, I'm thinking. So, I'm gonna... It is super durable. I'm just gonna use these safety pins just to tack them in place so they don't shift around. And it's gonna make it easier for when I'm stitching them on, because I can hold this and move it around in any direction I need to. I think that's all I need is just the two there. And then, sorry, Mr. Fox, I'm going to put a safety pin through your head. Sorry. I think I just need one. I don't think I need any more. And let me get my yarn. That's what I was going to do. I was going to stitch it on with the camo. Let me see if I have some camo yarn. I think I have some camo yarn left over. I'm hoping I do. Hold, please. Hold, please. Where did I put my camo yarn? If not, I got some green, but I thought I had some camo. Oh, got some camo. It was in with all my fall color. I got a bag of fall color yarn. Got plenty of this. That'll work. Okay, I don't need this long tail of the orange then. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off this. I'm just going to weave in my tail on the fox tail. Just in through a few stitches. It just feels so warm and uncomfortable just putting my hand on this blanket right now. Like I said, it got up to 92, at least 92 Fahrenheit. And what? For our non-American friends, that is 33 Celsius. Yeah. It can get warm here. Okay, I'm just gonna... Yes. Oh, it can get warmer than that. It very rarely will it get above 100 here, but it has happened. And 100 is just about 38 Celsius. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the white. I'm going to end up stitching it with the camo, just in case any of the stitching comes through on the back. But you won't see it through the front, because there's a technique that I'm going to use to stitch the piece down. Basically, we're just going to go through the back portion of the stitches, and so it won't show through on the front side. But yes, Grammy is the reason why I've kind of really gotten into appliques, because of mainly those pansy flowers that she showed, that we looked at earlier, that were in the Discord. And when I saw these appliques, I was like, I gotta do it. Gotta do it. According to the weather site, I saw today's high was 96 with a heat index of 102. Okay, so 96 is 35.5 degrees Celsius. And 102 is almost 38 Celsius. Heat index means that's what it feels like. I am so ready for fall. I am so ready for fall. Okay. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to start with the tail. Tomorrow's supposed to be the worst day of this week. Oof. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to have to come back to the head. So I think I'm going to start here on the tail. I'm just going to take a little bite of the stitch, and you're not really going to see this because it's going to be behind the head. I'm going to take a little bit, just the back side of this orange stitch, and leave a little length there. And just carefully, we went through the back side of it. You're not going to see. I know you can't see because it's zoomed out. But you're not going to see the green from the front. And then on the inside here, between the layers, I'm just going to pick up just that one little strand of the blanket. And if you do see any of this on the back side, it's fine because it's the same color, it's the camo. So this would work better if it's around the other way, because it's just the way I usually would hold it. That's comfortable, even though it's making my arm warm. If I can see, this dark yarn doesn't help. So I'm taking a bite from the bottom of the orange, and then the top of the camo. And I made a little loop, and I'm gonna catch my tail on the loop. It's always important to catch your tail. The other thing is I'm gonna try to keep this flat, my applique flat and in position, so it doesn't get shifted in a weird position. But it's not an exact science. You kind of just put a stitch wherever you can. I'm going to put them somewhat close together, just so they're kind of secure. And I'm just doing it just on the inside of the applique. So you really won't be able to see it. I can't even see that dark yarn. And you don't want to pull too tight, because then it'll distort your piece. Problem is, some of these stitches are fillet stitches on the blanket, so there is an empty hole there. So I've got to be a little mindful of that. So this is going to take a little while to stitch all of these woodland animals on. But we're going to be here for a while. I'm not going to end the stream anytime soon. I want to try to get at least the fox all stitched on tonight on stream. Again, no stream tomorrow. We will stream on Thursday for Throwback Thursday with our special guest. So make certain you tune in for the special guest. And tell your friends. If you want anything vintage, well, not anything vintage, but if you're into vintage crochet, a lot of fine thread work, doilies, edgings, that type of thing, definitely tune in on Thursdays. Thursdays is when we do our vintage patterns. And like I said, we've got a special guest. I'm excited about that. I think you're all going to be happy with the guest. I'm hoping. And again, this blanket, oh, you probably can't see what I'm doing, because the lighting will probably end up washing out these colors. I don't need that light on. Oh, no, I think you can see what I'm doing. And again, if it shows through on the back side, it's the same yarn I used for the blanket. Periodically, I'm going to have to take my yarn and let it dangle and untwist. We're going to have an ad here in about a minute or so. Just giving everybody a heads up. So it's starting to get all stitched down. Got to keep moving it around. Come on. I'll be back right after this break. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sitting through that ad. I can move this out of the way, actually. Because we're not doing that blanket right now. I am considering doing some streams earlier in the day in addition to our evening streams. And when I mean earlier in the day and the evening, I'm speaking about East Coast US times. I know not everybody is in the same time zone as me, or the same continent, of course. I haven't figured out what, but when I do that, when I am kind of brainstorming about if I'd stream earlier in the day, like in the afternoon or midday, I guess, they would probably be not my normal streams. They would probably be chill streams. Well, most of my streams are chill, but more of like a pattern testing. You might see me work on samples for the evening streams. So I am considering doing that, and then also possibly getting some other people to pop in and follow, because trying to find the right time of day for your followers is, I mean, for when you stream, it's kind of almost like a science. Okay, my yarn is starting to fray big time. So let's cut that. And again, I know not everybody would be available to watch at that time, but been thinking about that. So that means there might be some days, depending on the day, and they necessarily won't be scheduled streams like the evening ones are. Okay, our tail is attached, but they might be like impromptu streams. Not certain yet. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go around that way. There has to be a specific order on how I do this, because if not, it's not going to work for me physically. Okay. Attach you. That actually can be attached to the tail part. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but it's the only way I can do this part until I get this established. Okay, I think we might be good. Okay, all of that needs to go over there. It's getting on my nerves. Start picking up some of that blanket color. And pretty soon I'm going to have to get a new strand of this yarn to stitch on, or that strand that I ended up cutting short. Getting to its first little ear. I want to make certain that little white bit of the ear is tacked down so you don't see it popping out from the side there. Trying to position it is not the easiest. I am no expert on sewing on appliques. By no means am I an expert. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to finish off this strand here because I'm getting kind of short. Come on. Okay, I'm going to do one more stitch, and then we're going to get some more of this camo yarn to do this. Come on. Where's the tail? Gotta pull the tail through. There we go. Just stitch through that. That's snug. Go through that and that. Okay, that could be cut there. That goes in my schnubble bin. Oh, right in the middle of its head. Cool. Fox is almost done. I got half of its face to attach. And it's pretty flat. I don't think I'm having any puckering with the blanket. That's kind of what I was afraid of, but I think I'm doing it right. I'm getting it. I just got to double check when I add the other 3 that I'm putting them all on the right side of the blanket. I don't want to have one on the back side. That would not be good. So I'm going to make certain that they're all on the what is going to be the front. Poor fella got needled in the face. Yeah, he's got a big old... No. You know what this is? I know exactly what this is. Now, I don't know how old you are, Llama, but I was around in the 80s. I was a kid in the 80s. So, in the 70s and 80s, the punk scene, they had safety pins in their ears for earrings and in their nose. So he is a punk fox. He's got a safety pin right in the middle of his forehead. He listened to bands like the Sex Pistols and Susie and the Banshees. Okay, there you go. Goth is an offshoot of punk, yeah. They're kind of related. Just imagine a fox listening to punk music. We get a little silly here on the channel, the stream, whatever you call this thing. Doing this almost a year, and you think I would learn the terms. Okay, we're pretty much done. I just got maybe 2 or 3 more stitches left, and then we'll trim there's a couple tails, yarn tails, not the fox's tail. And I know you cannot see anything that I'm doing. This does not make good entertainment. Been modding multiple channels in Twitch for about 7 years. I've seen some interesting conversations. Oh yes, I've only been on Twitch and watching Twitch for about a year. Well, actually no, I've been watching Twitch for over a year. My friend Frog and Turtle Gaming, who I rated, was it last night? I've been watching them for a while, but yeah, there's been some interesting conversations. Like, I haven't been to her channel in a long time. I forgot the name of the channel, actually. There was a streamer I tuned in. They were crocheting. I think it was back in the winter. They were making a wine bottle cozy in the shape of a penis. And then they were also doing the testicles. Yeah. I'm not doing that. No. I'm not crocheting genitals. I think I mod 11 channels. Only a couple of them stream active at the moment. More modding on the Discord. It's like, gotcha. Yeah, I don't have any mods in Discord. Because my Discord server isn't as large. I don't think I need a mod right now. I think I'm able to keep an eye on everything over there at the moment. Haven't gotten to that point. Okay, Mr. Fox, you're getting your safety pin removed. Your punk days are over. Sorry. You're no longer a punk. So, let me get the blanket. In a way that I can show this. There we go. He's adorable. The spirit can remain as punk. Exactly. Exactly. It's so cute. I like it. Alrighty. Am I up to doing another one? You know what? What the heck? What the heck? Grammy had said the deer should be on the opposite corner of the fox. Yeah, because they're similar in color. So the deer is going to have to go in the far corner. So the next one we're going to do is... we're going to do the raccoon. Okay. I got a couple ends to weave in. Let me double check something. Okay. He's still cute. It's the eyes, okay? The instructions just said put on the eyes. There was no stitching for the eye. There were no crochet stitches for it. You do the head, and then you do the mask, and then you put on the eyes. Like, okay, like... alrighty. Yeah, it's gonna go in this corner, right as I'm banging the light around. I'm trying to do this so I don't end up having the blanket all over my keyboard. Okay, there's Mr. Fox. Or Miss Fox. Mrs. Ms. Okay, we're on the right. Yeah, we're still on the front. Okay. Alrighty, well, I can weave in the raccoons. This little bit of yarn here. I can weave it in because I'm not going to sew it on with the black. I'm going to still... well... actually, okay, where I live, a fox might take down a fawn. The raccoon, not certain. The owl is not going to eat the deer. Now, if it was a mouse, the owl will go after the mouse. Or another small bird, or... yeah, I don't think raccoons... maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I don't know if raccoons would go after a deer. They might. Now, if I had a bear or a mountain lion... okay, yeah. Owls will eat lizards. There are no lizards. I have no lizards. Oh, you mean lot lizard? I don't know if the lot lizard is here. Or if the lot lizard has left. I think... yeah, I don't think the lot lizard is here at the moment. Okay, I want it kind of spaced about the same as the roughly the same as the fox. I think about there. Sorry, raccoon, you're going to get a safety pin right through your chest. Sorry. Now the fun part, especially the deer, is stitching around all these little body parts. The raccoon's not going to be as bad, because it's mainly just the feet and the tail. The tail isn't that bad. Nipple piercing. Yes. A nipple.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you for the follow, Ms. Creates. How are you? Welcome to my channel if you're new. I don't know if you've been a lurker before, but definitely thank you. I'm the Crafty Cub. If you're new, I mainly crochet. Right now we are working on a project, a blanket for Project Linus. We are in the middle, or we had just started our September woodland theme month. Earlier on the stream, we did I got something in my eye. We did a mushroom square. And the previous 2 days, we did mushroom patterns. So we're taking a journey into the woods. This just happens to be a coincidence that we're doing woodland creatures on stream. This will be, like I said, a blanket for Project Linus. Maybe not in the blanket, but we got those nasty critters in the flower beds by the front steps, yes. Lizards like to live under rocks and porches and dark spaces, and then they come out in the sun and bask in the sun. So, yeah, I'm not certain what my favorite one of these are. I'm really partial to the owl. Lizards are cute. Would have some as pets, but I'm slightly uncomfortable with the feeder bugs. Are pretty interesting otherwise, though. Snakes got some isopods cleaning their beddings in their terrariums. Yes, the lizards love the leaf litter. Yes, we live in a forest. And lots and lots and lots and lots of leaves here. The little tiny lizards, the little, I don't know what they're called, salamanders, newts, or whatever. The little black ones with the blue stripe down their back, I'm okay with that. I'm not a big fan, but if I see one, I'm not going to get freaked out. We've got some other ones here. Yeah. Well, the bigger one that I'm talking about, Grammy, that's also a skink. I think a skink is like I don't know the exact term. It's not a genus or whatever it is, but it's like a group of different species. I guess it would be a genus. We've got this one I don't like. I didn't know we had him until a few years ago and we saw one. Don't like it. And that's a skink, not a skank. Okay, I'm going to start with the tail. It's funny, I started with the tail with the fox. We only have some small lizards and legless lizards. Wouldn't a legless lizard be a snake? 3 native snake species. I don't know how many native snake species we have, and I don't want to know. No? Okay. Never heard of a legless lizard. I know in the mountains, in my state, they have in the streams, I guess it's a lizard, they have it's this animal called a hellbender. I think it's a type of lizard. I've never seen one before. The red-headed brown skink, the ones that prefer oak leaf litter, scares. Yeah, I think it's actually called a broad-headed. Yeah, broad-headed skink. The scale and teeth structure is different between snakes and legless lizards. They got eyelids unlike snakes. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Did not know. I'll stick with some of the furry critters. Not that I want them in my house, but saw a hellbender once and nearly crapped my pants. Could ramble about reptiles all night. Yeah, I've only seen hellbenders like online or like in videos or whatever. I've never seen one in person. They're sizable. They're chunky. Okay. Trying to stitch this is the difficult part. Actually, laying it flat on here helps. Furry or feathered creatures, yeah. Hellbender literally translates to sludge devil from Finnish, huh? Yeah, they live in like the murky, muddy streams. Okay, sorry, Mr. Raccoon. I'm getting kind of near your backside. What a cute fella. Can't even see where I'm trying to put the stitch. Okay, I need to untwist. Trying to get this in the right. Oh, I can do it this way. There we go. Just making it more difficult on myself. But yeah, this raccoon, again, I posted the link to the pattern in the Discord. If you go to make it, the body for it, the pattern does not make any sense. You're going to have the gray part on the side, and no, I had to like redo it to make it work. If I were to get a lizard, I'd probably get a leopard gecko or a Madagascar day gecko. I know what a gecko is, but I don't know what those specific ones are. I'm assuming the leopard one has spots on it. I know down in Florida, there's geckos everywhere. So I've heard. I've never been to Florida. I've got a friend that says that, yeah, the geckos are everywhere. They also have these bugs. These huge bugs. These palmetto bugs. Like, no, I'm good. Mattas are super pretty. They're bright green with a flute orange spots on their back. Oh, nice. I mean, I could admire the different colorations on animals for different reasons, for camouflage, or to signify that they're poisonous, or all of that. Mating purposes. I'm working on your ear there, Mr. Raccoon. A needle. Need to untwist my needle, because that yarn gets all twisty. When this is all done, I will take a picture of it so you can see the entire thing. I mean, I'd say my snakes are all beautiful colors. They're the same species, but all three are completely different colors. And according to our current knowledge, the yellow one is the only one of the specific coloring in the world. Huh. Come on. Yellow patterning with lavender and orange between the splotches. White pixely sides and black freckles all over. He's the first pick of the ones I sent. Wow. I've never would have thought that would have had a little bit of lavender in it. Okay, I gotta really move this all around so I can access this side. The blanket just keeps falling down. access this side of the raccoon. Come on. And I know I'm zoomed far out. Let me zoom in a little bit. My Otis looks like he's full of chocolate donuts. Now I want a chocolate donut. Ooh, we don't have chocolate donuts, but we have some chocolate ice cream. I think I know what I might be getting after stream is done. And we have some peanut butter. Yep, that's what's gonna happen. You weren't here. I don't think you were following me the other week when I did, and I don't have the sample nearby. I think I frogged it out. The ice cream cone stitch. Last week, I did a crochet stitch. It looks like rows of ice cream cones. And I asked everybody what their favorite flavor of ice cream is. Oh, all I got left to do is this little feetsies. My favorites, I have two. They would be Dutch chocolate, which is different than regular chocolate. It's just the process they do to the chocolate to make it more smooth and creamy. There's a certain quality to it. And cookies and cream. Those are my two favorites. And we have some Dutch chocolate ice cream. I'm not certain if it's Dutch because it was whoever came up with the process or whatever was Dutch. I'm not certain. Mine are mint. Mine are chocolate and licorice. I'm not a licorice fan. I don't like that taste. And Finnish, we love everything licorice, especially the salty kind. I've heard that. I have heard that about Finland. I mean, I like salty things, but I can't do licorice. Okay, I ran out of yarn, and all I have left to do is this 1 foot. Okay. I don't need that much just for his foot. I guess it's the same way. I know not a lot of other countries aren't really big peanut butter fans like us Americans. So I guess has to do with culture and all that stuff. Couple more stitches and Mr. Raccoon will be done. Haven't really tried it. Not a fan of Nutella. The idea of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches sound really weird. Okay. Nutella is not peanut butter. Nutella is chocolate with hazelnut. I like it in small doses. It's super, 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 super sweet. It's almost too sweet for me. Peanut butter, American peanut butter, isn't that sweet. It's not overly sweet. And I don't like jelly. Actually, my brother and sister, none of us, all three of us, none of us like jelly. We never had a peanut butter and jelly. Well, my sister will have jelly on some things, I think, but the three of us never, ever like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Me, just peanut butter. Just peanut butter. But then also, and I've heard this from a lot of Europeans, our bread, like our commercially made bread that you get in the supermarket, is to them, to Europeans, tastes sweeter than other bread, which is probably true because there's preservatives and who knows what else in it. Alrighty. Oh, we can... Mr. Raccoon's punk days are over too, so that is done. And there we go. We got the raccoon sitting there on his own little area of the blanket. He's cute. Alrighty. I don't think I'm going to be putting any more appliques on tonight. This thing is very warm. All I have left is Mr. Owl and the deer. I have a Polish friend who has visited both me and the U.S. and you have some overly sweet foods and gigantic portions. Yes, we do have large portions here in the U.S. I mean, we're a big country physically, so I don't know how. Well, you're not gonna be able to see all of it. I'll just put them. So I got to do it the other way, because if not, it'll be upside down. So we'll put them side by side. We've got our cute little raccoon and little Foxy. Alrighty, let's see what we have here. I think we're going to call it a stream, and we're going to go raid somebody. I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put the blanket over to the side and switch this around. Again, thank you everybody who was here tonight for... Where did I move it? Where did I move them? To our... When we did our little mushroom granny square. Oh, that other thing is still connected. Okay, that's not good. So our first week of the woodland theme is over. We have ventured further into the forest. We will come back into the forest on Sunday. I'll be on again Thursday night for our Throwback Thursday with our vintage crochet and our special guest. So everybody tune in on Thursday for the special guest. Tell your friends if they're interested in anything vintage crochet related, doilies, edgings, etc. I have a Discord. Join the Discord if you want to join. We share pictures over there, have a good time, ask questions. Join the YouTube, which the YouTube link just popped up. All of my streams are posted on the YouTube immediately after I'm done streaming. It's more like an archive over there to keep track of everything. You can go back and watch previous streams. I do have a merch store. There are 2 t-shirts on that merch store right now, 2 different designs. If you want that link, there's the link for the merch store. And I will also post the link for the Discord. There's the Discord link. Try to run down everything that I need to run down. I think that's it. So we're going to go and raid. We're going to go raid Vintage Sogal. She is working on some embroidery of some sort. It's gorgeous. I'm not exactly certain what it is. She is celebrating a birthday stitch along and a 10-day of Maui fundraiser. If you're not familiar with Vintage Sogal, definitely check her out. She is also part of Team Moco Loco. Team Moco Loco is a pretty cool team, so check her out. Like I said, I will be on Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time for, like I said, for our Throwback Thursday. So everybody stick around for the raid. Give Vintage some love over there. And I will chat with you all next time. Hey, Pix!